Welcome to Change Happened, Then What? For the next month, I'm bringing you a different kind of story, a collection of winter tales from around the world, stories that have been carried through generations, shaped by culture, faith, tradition, and the simple human need to understand the darker season of the year. There's something about this time of year that invites us to slow down and listen a little differently. The nights grow long, the world grows quiet, and the season itself seems to ask us, what do we carry with us into the dark? And what helps us find our way back to the light? For generations, people across every culture, every landscape, and every faith have answered those questions with stories. Stories shared around fires and candlelight. Stories whispered in temples and kitchens and small winter homes. Stories passed from voice to voice, season to season, heart to heart. In this special collection, I'll be sharing 8 of those winter tales, each one from a different corner of the world, a different tradition, a different way of understanding this cold and tender time of year. Some come from ancient myth, some from history, some from legend, but all of them carry something unremarkably human, because when you listen closely, you start to notice a thread running through them, the desire to belong, the need for hope, the belief that light always returns, and the truth that we are held by each other, by memory, and by something larger than ourselves. These stories remind us that even though we come from different walks of life, different cultures, different religions, we still are shaped by the same longing for warmth in the winter, for meaning in the dark, and for connection in a world that can sometimes feel divided. And maybe if these ancient winter tales can meet one another so gracefully, if their messages can overlap and echo across oceans and centuries, then perhaps we can see that reflected in our own lives too. Perhaps we are more similar than we are different, if we only take the time to look, if we take the time to listen. So, wherever you are, early morning with a warm cup in your hands, late night when the house is still, or somewhere in between, I invite you to settle in, breathe a little deeper, and let these winter stories meet you exactly where you are, because winter has always been the season of storytellers, and the stories we share in the dark are the ones that help us find our way back to the light together. I'm your host, Heather Holt, and this is your Holiday Story Series. This story comes from the Nordic countries, especially Sweden, where the dark months of winter settle in early and stay long. In December, daylight can shrink to just a few hours, and for centuries, people have turned to ceremony, song, and stories to remind themselves that the light always returns. Sankta Lucia Day, celebrated on December 13th, is one of the brightest of these winter traditions. Long before electricity, long before holiday markets and strings of lights, families woke to the sound of footsteps and the soft glow of candles carried through the dark. At the center of this tradition stands Lucia, a young woman dressed in white, crowned with candles, bringing warmth, food, and light into the coldest part of winter. Her story traveled from Sicily to Scandinavia many centuries ago, blending Christian legend with Nordic beliefs about the battle between darkness and returning light. Over time, Lucia became a historical figure and more of a symbol, a reminder that brightness can enter even the darkest night. They say not long ago, during a season of hardship and hunger, the cold settled so deeply into villages of the north that even the bravest farmers feared the sun might not return. Food grew scarce, nights stretched impossibly long, and in one small village along the coast, families huddled by their fading fires, whispering prayers for warmth. One such family lived in a modest wooden home at the edge of the forest. A mother, weary from tending what little food remained, pressed her hands together in quiet worry. Her children slept nearby, wrapped in every blanket they owned. As she stared into the dwindling fire, she noticed something unusual, a glow outside the window, soft at first, then steadier, like a lantern approaching through the snow. When she opened the door, she saw a young woman walking toward the house, dressed in white, her hair crowned with candles that flickered but did not burn her. In her arms, she carried a basket filled with bread, warm, fragrant, impossibly fresh. The mother gasped, "Who are you?" The woman's voice was gentle. "I am Lucia," she said. "I bring light where night has lingered too long." Then she left the home with a blessing and moved to the next and the next, walking through deep snow with steady steps, her crown of candles illuminating the darkest paths. Some say that Lucia arrived by boat that winter, crossing the cold northern waters, with her glowing crown visible long before her vessel reached the shore. Others say she walked from house to house, appearing in that exact moment a family needed her most. And in the oldest retellings, Lucia does not simply visit, she protects. She shields people from the long, dangerous night. She brings safety until sun rises. Children grew up hearing these stories by firelight, imagining Lucia cutting through the darkness like a promise that even when winter feels endless, even when shadows stretch long, there will always be a lantern held for us by someone who cares. And so every year before dawn on December 13th, that tradition continues. A girl dressed in white leads a quiet procession, her crown of candles flickering as she walks. Behind her trail younger children holding single candles, and voices rise in the old songs, slow, steady melodies that sound like warmth in a hearth. Families wake to the scent of saffron buns and the gentle rustle of candlelight. The home brightens not from electricity, but from tradition, generosity, and the remembering of stories carried through centuries. Lucia's message is simple and enduring. Light doesn't wait for perfect circumstances. It shows up because we need it. Because in winter, even the smallest flame feels like a miracle. And when people gather, whether in quiet home, a snowy village, or the long blue hours of Scandinavian morning, Lucia walks with them, a symbol of hope, a guardian of dawn, a reminder that even the longest night, the return of light is already on its way. thank you for spending a little time with me in this winter story. I hope it brought you a moment of warmth and spark of wonder, or a reminder that light has a way of finding us, even in the quietest seasons. I'm your host, Heather Holt, and around here, I'm never alone. Waylon and Dalton are probably curled up somewhere listening right along with you, or pretending they are while actually dreaming about snacks and snowbanks. If this story touched you in any way, I'd love for you to share it. Share it with someone who could use a little light, with a friend who loves traditions from around the world, with a family member who tells some of the best stories, or with somebody you miss, maybe somebody you're just getting to know. And if you're enjoying this holiday story series, it would mean so much if you took a moment to rate the show, or leave a few kind words wherever you listen. It helps more people find these stories, the same way a single candle can help brighten a whole room. From my home to yours, from Waylon and Dalton, and everyone who makes this show possible. Happy holidays, and may the light carry you into the days ahead.